All right, welcome to the Turntables Podcast. Here we are. I'm your host, Hyro the Don. Got my co-host here, DJ Ray Funk, and Two-Turn Edward. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Did you forget my name?
Two-Turn Edward.
That works.
And today, I got the privilege, the opportunity, the honor to introduce a very good friend of mine. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a brother, my friend E.B. Garcia.
What's up, EB?
Welcome, bro.
How y'all doing?
Welcome on, man.
If you want, you could grab the mic and speak
Great
into
to
it.
have you. Yeah,
Like that.
that works. Yeah, headphones. I want to hear you crispy. What did you say? Butter.
Butter.
I want to hear butter from
Butter.
you. Yeah,
Easy burn. I like it.
yeah.
So tell me about that job, bro. Tell me about that job that you started, that insurance company.
So, stepped out of welding. Did that for 10 years. Did great. Made some money. Got some bad habits out of it. Got away from it. Jumped into consulting as a healthcare professional. It's pretty nice. Pretty easy. I get to dress nicer. No more steel toe boots clucking around.
Hell yeah.
Sharp, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Dollar General. Halfway. Yeah. It's solid stuff. It's a nicer change of pace, helping people out instead of just building something and trying to make the most amount of money off of it. It's been a little bit of a transition. Learning how to work with your mind instead of your muscles is a bit different. It's less strenuous on the body, but you go home with a bit more stress hanging on your head. Besides that, man, it's been catty. No complaints. Everything is another learning day. Pick up where I left off, and I just continue forward with it. But it is pretty nice.
Bro. So you rather be doing that than welding then?
100%. Only thing I liked about welding was the aspect of looking like I worked hard. That's it. Come in there, you're dirty, clucking metal, burning rod, you look like you're just out there killing it. 12-hour day, easy day. When I come out of here and I try to spit the same game, you kind of look up, baby, like, man, look, you ain't got no calluses on your hands, man. They ain't gone yet.
Right.
You lose a little bit of that tender look, though.
Yeah.
This looks a little softer than me with my Wranglers hanging down in my area shirt, burning metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look softer. I call it the wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look a little softer, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us the name about it? Is it the Lion's Den?
It's called the Lions Den of Fort Worth. We are under the banner of the Healthy Insurance Dude. It's all over YouTube. You see him all over the place. And when I got hired on there, they help you out. They help you run under the banner. And from that point on, like I just got insured yesterday. I passed a test that it has a 90% fail rate for the very first time.
Bro, like what kind of
Congratulations,
questions,
bro.
What kind of questions do they ask you?
It's ridiculous.
I heard it how hard that was too.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a lot of it's just everything about insurance, but I don't know anything about insurance, right? So
So how the hell did you manage to pull that off then, is what I'm wondering.
No, okay.
By the way, you're recording, so you want I don't want to let up too much information.
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
I
Oh
give it out, I
yeah,
give it
it's
out.
gonna be out there.
I'll spread a game.
Yeah. Good.
It's better to share.
Yeah.
But no, so, like, man, just grit. One thing I never came with was any quit. So, I stayed up until almost 5 o'clock in the morning, from 10 o'clock at night, and I would just study. They got to just go. Nah, cramming is something in excess to get better at. What I did was I dissected it. I would go and I would answer. It's got like 200 questions. And every time you get one wrong, it'll tell you the right answer on the box. So I'll write it down.
Cool.
And I would write it.
Nice.
I'd take the test down, and if I got it wrong again, I'd write it down. Just repetition, and then I would chill out for an hour or two, hit the push-ups, do the thing, play with the kids,
Yeah.
and then I'd get back at it again and again until I saw my grade go about 5 points. Started
What's
at a
up?
40, right?
Yeah.
5 points, and I did that for about 2 weeks, and then I don't know. One day I hit an 89. That's about right there. We'll take that with us.
Yeah.
And I go out there. I hadn't even made at the time. I had a little bit of money, but I had already put it somewhere else. Got my house back in order, so I had no money. So my mom came out, gave me the money to go take the exam, and it gives a bit more pressure. You know what I mean? When it's not my money to burn, it's somebody else's money to burn. So I had that heat behind me, and I was like, man, you know what? Pray about it, because I feel like the whole reason I'm even at this job is because of God. So I said, I'm gonna pray about it, and I might not be able to pass, but I guarantee He will. So I said, hey, look, man, it's all on you. I'm going to hand you the wheel, and you just take me where we're going. And when I got there, it was at TCC. It was nice. Good view. water everywhere. It was cool.
Oh, so that's what you were doing at TCC then?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
I like to keep it low key until I make the pass.
Right. Yeah, because I saw that.
Walk with no movement. Yeah,
I was like, what is this dude doing at TCC right now?
And I went out there. I go out. I get set up for the test. And as soon as I get there, there's this. Let's call it a little cocky, a little arrogant. That little just hits, and I'm like, man, I'm about to be certified.
Yeah.
Like I knew walking in there, I had already passed, and I was like, man, that's dope. That ain't nothing but the movement now.
Yeah.
And I get over there, I signed up. They empty out your pocket, they check everything. I guess people were known to cheat. It's not in my habit, so went out there, got it done, and I knocked it out. I sat down, and halfway through the test, I was like, man, I don't know half these questions. Some of these aren't. I didn't study none of this. Some of these aren't familiar. Some of these I haven't even read yet.
Yeah.
And man, you know me, I shoot from the hip. I just kept going at it. Next thing I knew, I walked out the room and I had asked the lady. I was like, "Hey, we get our results right now?" She goes, "Yeah." Doing a little piece of paper, walked in there, and I was walking around for 5 minutes like I had already looked at the sheet. Oh man, easy day. I got it. Boom. I made it to the car, and finally I was like, let me just confirm to myself. No surprise. Still back in the car. I went ahead and let them know I'm en route. I won.
Bro.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up, bro.
yeah.
Congratulations.
What did they
bro.
say whenever you showed up to like the insurance place and you were like, hey, I
I
did that?
told one person.
You only told one person?
I like to move in silence.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I told one guy. Everybody that I was talking to at my table, because we have little squads, they have failed it about 3 or 4 times.
No
One guy
way,
failed it
bro.
5 times. He's one of the best salesmen there.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I went over there and I passed, as soon as I sat down at the table, because they knew where I went, and they're like, "Hey man, so how'd you do?" And the only response I could come out with was, "Man, look, them questions, they weren't the same, dude. It was a difficult test. Y'all didn't tell me they were gonna have stuff on there we didn't study." Yeah, man. Yeah, I said, "Yeah, man. So you already know. You already know." I left it right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't until my boss came up and said, "Hey, we just got your results, man. Good job." And I said,
That's badass, bro.
No,
Thank
That's
you.
badass, bro. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't say I'm surprised that you know what I mean, that you just succeeded at something like that. You know
if
what I
I
mean?
really try at anything, if anybody really tries at anything and puts effort, every single thing you have into something, it's almost impossible to fail. You just have to try. I've never seen anybody give everything they have at something and not make it through. I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, I mean, growing up with you, I've always known you to be like have that tenacious attitude, bro. You like no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
We will win.
Yeah.
I promise.
And I always love that about you, bro. Just that, you know, that motivational person that you are, bro.
Yeah.
Even
Let me flip the script for you.
Yeah.
Motivation is a good accelerant, but it's never the fuel. Motivation will get you up in the morning sometimes and get you moving sometimes. Discipline will get you to do it when you don't want to do it.
right.
When you hate it and it's still there and it has to be done because that bill's not going anywhere, discipline will get you up at 5 in the morning and get you home at 7 at night.
Yeah.
From dark to dark. This motivation will put you in a good mood sometimes for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you can find self-motivation, that's great. But discipline, to me,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. I think I think that's where I got that from. I think I got that from you because I was like, discipline definitely trumps motivation every single time.
Every
Yeah,
time.
bro.
I think your discipline is motivating to me. That's what I guess
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Because you're not gonna be
Well, 'cause
motivated
I'm just
every day.
motivating me is all I'm
Yeah.
doing. I'm telling myself, hey,
Yeah.
you already know, bro.
And
my
it's
dad
real
wasn't
and it's
there.
authentic.
Yeah, my dad wasn't there. I didn't have a whole lot besides y'all, Charlie.
Right,
Rest in
right.
peace.
R.I.P.
Bro, you sound really good like when you turn your head and you speak it to the mic.
Thank you. I brought
Oh,
fine,
yeah.
fine,
Yeah,
fine,
If
fine,
you,
fine.
yeah, that
All right,
sounds
all right,
way,
all right.
way better now.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
better.
Hell yeah.
But no, like
Oh man, speaking of Charlie, hey, when was your birthday again?
today.
No way,
Happy
bro.
birthday, bro.
I'm moving silence. I tell you, I don't tell nobody
Birthday.
about my accomplishments.
I knew it was sometime soon. I thought we had the same birthday for some reason.
Nah, you're
because
on
mine's on the
10th or
14th.
12th. 14th, yeah.
Birthday,
Charlie's
bro.
was on the
Charlie's on the
10th.
10th.
We should have brought a birthday cake.
I know, bro.
Ah, dang, dude.
Cupcake.
Nah, bro.
Dang, dude. Why was I thinking that today was the 7th for some reason?
Because I don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
I keep it all in my back pocket like a pistol, bro. It's there, but you don't have to know it's there.
I like
All right,
that,
you know
bro.
what? I want to change the direction just a little bit though. All right,
Okay.
this question's for everybody. If you wanna answer first, you know what? You go ahead and answer first, and then after you, Ray,
Well,
you could tell us.
Let me answer first.
You want to answer
or-
first? That's fine.
Yeah, we go down this
Okay,
road.
yeah, that sounds good. All right, Edward. If you could have dinner with one historical figure, who would it be with and why? You know what? I don't want to just say a historic figure, but just anybody in just anybody.
Yeah.
Easy day.
I haven't even thought about this one.
A dinner.
Yeah, if you
a
could just
dinner.
sit down and have dinner with somebody from history, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or somebody right now. Like,
I would say Cat Williams.
Cal Williams. Why?
Yeah.
Solid.
Why?
Because, Remember how
'Cause it'd be
that
entertaining.
podcast? Because that podcast that I watched with him on Joe Rogan,
Rogan,
Joe
yeah.
Rogan,
Yeah.
bro. I guess what really
Enlightenment.
inspired me about him, he said like how he reads, how he studies.
Yeah.
Like all he does is read.
That's it. That's all you
And
should
I'm
do.
like, bro, how? I just want to ask him like how do you find the time, or what is your thought process, or the discipline, or I just want to see. I want to be in his presence while he does it, and just kind of watch.
for him.
Yeah, watch him how he does it.
He does it for him.
Right? No, yeah, for
That's
him.
it.
But I'm saying is like I want to see. Okay, I guess I want to know what his why is. Why does he want to? Where his why is? How is he able to do all this? You know, and why do you want to do all this? Like, what's the why? I want to ask him that. So I would love to have dinner, maybe a nice steak.
Exclusively a steak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, wherever he wants to go, it's nice steak. And
What,
ask
what
him
about
that,
what
talk
about
to
you,
him.
Raymond? Who would you want to chop it up
man,
with?
that's a broad question. Like,
Yeah, it is.
really, like, and you answered it so quick. Cat Williams, like, I'm still like
That's current.
current.
That's
yeah.
current right now for me.
You know what? I've been listening to Elon Musk Audible. Elon Musk,
Elon Musk.
yeah,
Yeah.
that dude is like on another freaking planet.
Yeah.
A whole another
It's
frequency.
another species.
Yeah, man. It's just like some of the ideas and some of the stuff he just made happen is like, damn, dude. And
Right.
He made rockets.
Yeah.
Right.
And
The
made them
land
land.
themselves, yeah.
And made them land, bro.
Yeah, and land.
Tesla.
So I mean,
Electric cars.
the electric cars, yeah, that's cool. But the rocket thing is like, man, that's pretty crazy.
The
So,
boring system, or you heard about that,
The
where he
boring.
bored into the ground
yeah,
and
yeah,
made those little
the
pipelines?
tunnels,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought Twitter. Man.
Bought Twitter, yeah.
On
So,
Twitter.
I mean, he's still
Wait,
not
isn't he a
done.
DJ too? Or hasn't he made his own music? I'm way off. Okay. I'm way off.
That might have been
I don't know.
Photoshop, bro. Can't believe everything the internet
Bro,
can show.
all that,
I don't know where I got
don't
that
be
from.
doing that fake news shit. man.
Yeah. But
Had to put it out there, you
It'd
know.
be more like just to like hear him, the way he thinks,
Elaborate.
elaborate on things.
Right.
Like being with him, I heard he's like a real jerk, you know,
Yeah.
real asshole.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, like
That's what I heard
The
too.
people that don't do their jobs.
Yeah, the people that don't do
He
their
is so
jobs,
disciplined. If you're undisciplined around him,
Yeah.
He's like I said, like another level
Yeah.
of discipline.
But
and
he's probably that's why he's one of the wealthiest men out there and
yes,
successful
like the stress
that he
can
deals
take all
with.
that
Yeah.
stress, yeah. But that's mine.
So who would you want to chop it up with?
man, y'all had way better answers than me, but 1,000,000% Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
I knew it was gonna be some.
Really?
I knew it was gonna be some kind of martial artist, bro.
Well, no, besides the fact that he's
awesome,
one
man.
of the great,
That's cool.
because of his philosophies in life, because of his intellect. Any great fighter, and the samurais used to be the same way. Anybody that was great had to be well-rounded and well-versed. They had to read, they had to draw, they had to paint, they had to know poetry, they had to know art, they had to be well-versed.
Right.
A
that's
man
good.
that's got no knowledge and just pure war is never going to be as effective as a man that knows what he's fighting for and knows what he has to lose behind it.
Yeah.
So you get with a guy like that has that kind of discipline. That means that he has a different level of aspect that he sees that we do not. And if you could tap into that, same way if you could tap into what Elon Musk is looking at or Cat Williams' thought process,
Yeah.
then you could find your own why. You don't see his why a lot of times because you haven't found your own.
Right.
A lot
That's
of times
true.
you
Dude, that's so true, bro.
yeah, you find doubt in other people's doubt because your doubt is equal or equivalent. Or your doubt is heavier because that burden might be too much for you to bear. But this is an easy day for them.
That's true.
Bruce
Very
Lee,
true.
baby.
What
Yeah.
What is it about Bruce Lee that,
Bruce
or what is
Leroy.
one of his?
Yeah.
I guess what
Be
is
like-
a philosophy that you really love?
Be like water.
Because I know he's a warrior. I know he is a
Yeah.
warrior.
I
Like,
like that water
in
one.
life, not in just like actual battle
Yeah,
combat.
no, right here.
Up here,
Did you see him? He was like,
bro. He was a
0%
other
body
yeah.
fat, like
He already did like
body
1,000
fat.
push-ups
Push-ups with
and-
2 fingers like that. Off the
Yeah.
back, one-handed.
Crazy stuff,
Just
bro.
nothing.
It's
Just
just
nothing.
like, yeah, I think I watched one of his documentaries. Yeah, so that's a good one.
Bro, Bruce Lee's
Bruce Lee.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like that he's formless. I like that whole aspect because I trained in Jeet Kune Do, which is the art that he trains in. It's called the art of the intercepting fist.
What the heck?
And it is a mixture of most arts. So it was like MMA before MMA was a thing. And the whole thing is not to be stiff, not to just reside in one thing, just kicks or just punches or just elbows or just knees or just grappling or just whatever.
Yeah.
It's to be fluid in all things. To be able to out wrestle the boxer and outbox the wrestler.
Like water.
Yeah.
Fluid.
To be formless. Put him in the cup, he is the cup. Like
Wow.
those philosophies. And then the other one he had that was real good. He said a fight how did he say it? He said a fight is like a play, but played seriously. He goes, when your opponent expands, you contract. When he contracts, you expand. He goes, you never look for the hit, because once you're trained, the hit will find itself. Everything is second nature once you do it long enough. And I remember he said, don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong.
Damn.
And I
That's
would much
good,
rather,
bro.
I would much rather sit in something like that and say, I'm not going to practice until I can hit it one time on the bag and it feels good. I want to practice it until it's second nature.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it being that
Automatic.
Yeah, it's just in there.
Yeah.
Every
It's
fiber
like
of me
becoming.
does it. Yeah,
Becoming that.
yeah. You want to be a millionaire, you become a millionaire.
Right.
Not because of the money,
Right.
but because of what it will make from you.
Everything up here.
That's Jim Rohn, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Another
good
good mentor.
stuff.
Jim Rohn is awesome, bro.
Yeah, Jim Rohn is good.
Yeah.
Jim Rohn is the main one of the main reasons why I even wanted to start doing that about my own business and stuff like that.
Then you need to listen to Zig Ziglar, because that's who he talks about being his biggest influence.
Who?
Really?
Zig Ziglar.
So he
Zig
looked
Ziglar,
up
I'm
to
gonna
Zig
look that up
Ziglar.
right now.
then.
That's Jim Rohn's Jim Rohn.
Really?
Right,
If you listen to any of his stories, when he
I'm gonna
talks
look that
about
up
the
right
guy that trained him and taught him everything,
Zig
the one that
Ziglar.
showed him how to be, it was Zig Ziglar.
Jim Rome was the one that I guess taught. God dang, what's his name? Big tall guy.
That narrows it down.
The big old banana hands, yeah.
I don't
Tony
know.
Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Oh, yeah. Tony Robbins.
So yeah, that's,
Yeah, you're a big Tony Robbins guy, aren't you? You love.
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's-
I listen to
that
some of
was,
the
you know,
stuff.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
Jim Rohn?
Jim Rohn was like Tony Robbins' mentor.
Mentor?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way, bro. I
Yeah,
did
bro,
not
Jimmy
know
Rohn,
that.
bro. Don't play around with that name, homie.
Yeah, seriously. He's been around for he's been around for a while.
Yeah,
Damn. No, I didn't know that
OG.
he was his mentor.
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That's kind of
He inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, how he started
Yeah.
his
I got a lot of my motivation from him, listening to his videos and everything
Yeah.
else. After I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I was trying to get into that little mindset,
remember you
motivate
telling me about
myself
that.
and everything else. Yeah, I think I was
I think
early
I need
20s.
to reread that because I listened to the audible. It's
not the same, bro.
Yeah, me with audibles, it's not the same. But the Elon Musk one's got me like intrigued, almost like a movie, almost like a documentary.
Dang.
Well, you have to find something that makes it relatable to you,
Yeah.
so that you get stuck in it.
Yeah.
And that was about making money, and that was one of my most relatable subjects, because everything that I had been about up until probably the last 6 months was only preference on how to make more money,
Yeah.
how to make it quicker, how to be more efficient doing so, and how to make it self-sufficient so that in my absence it'll continue to do so.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I was trying to search that stuff too. It's just like everybody that's successful is reading this book, so let me check it out, see what it's about. And from what I got out of it, yeah, I mean, a lot of it's pretty sustainable. Anybody can do it.
Well, in most cases, but then it comes with the discipline. You got half the guys that'll talk about wanting to do something.
Well, let me rephrase. Everybody has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
100%.
not everybody can do it.
No, I like
Right.
that. No, that's a great way to phrase it.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
has the opportunity to become whatever they want.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to take it or not?
Right.
You got one go around.
So I'm gonna shift a little bit right here. So I got a second question for you right here, just for you, EB. How do you handle self-doubt and criticism from other people? Like, do you ever find yourself like doubting yourself a little bit? Which that doesn't seem like you at all.
Well, let's start with criticism. So criticism for me, and I just actually had this talk with my son because he said he was getting messed with at school. So what I told him was, whoever's getting you criticism, whether it be positive or negative, right? Let's just leave it open like that. If you don't want their life, if you don't respect attributes about them, then the opinion they have is not as important as you think it is. If I've got a guy that's had 5 divorces, cheats on his wife, and he's telling me my relationship is shit, I might not take everything at face value.
Yeah.
It's true.
Right? If I've got a guy that's homeless telling me how to invest my money, I'll probably let him speak out of respect, but I probably won't go forward with anything he's giving out.
Right.
So criticism, and if it's by somebody that I admire, because I'm very strict about who I listen to,
Right.
then if they give criticism, it's always going to be for the best. It's always going to be because, hey, man, I see you here, and something is keeping you right here. And half the time, it's only ever me. There's never anything in my life that's happening that is not my fault, whether it be good or bad. I haven't ran into one situation where I was like, if they didn't just know who I chose to be around, how I chose to carry myself at those times, it's always whatever it is. There's nothing that is not my fault in life.
Yeah.
If you have a woman cheat on you, it's your fault because you were not the kind of guy that she could not cheat on.
Right.
It's always got to be self accountability, because if it isn't, if you can't blame yourself, then you can't fix it. If it's your fault, I can't make you change anything.
Right.
It's my fault. I can always adjust the behavior.
Right.
I can always make some kind of retreat or push forward to get through it, to get around. Retreat's a bad word. Edit that out. Go ahead and edit that one out. I don't
What would you use instead of that?
Well, if
word?
it's coming off of opinion, then a lot of times people just want to hear themselves talk. So if somebody's got a negative opinion, I'll let them go, because what's say in the Bible? Wisdom may come from the mouth of babes. This guy might be an idiot, but he might just have one good thing for me to hear out of this entire
One gem.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and see. Before I disregard everything he's saying, I will give him the opportunity to speak grace. Now, am I going to correct him if he's wrong? No, because I don't waste my time talking to fools.
Yeah.
And if you argue with the fool, they're going to bring you down to their level and beat you with experience.
And you're going to be like them.
Yeah. So I'd rather not. So I'll go ahead. I appreciate it, man. You know what? Matter of fact, I will work on that. I'll make the adjustments.
Right.
I'll feed him that shit pie, and then I'll move forward.
Yeah.
Now, as far as self-doubt goes, we all have self-doubt, but we all have two voices that are inside of us. There's that voice that tells you can't, that loud whisper, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
And there's that voice that says, shut the fuck up and go.
Right.
Both of them are there. They are both equally loud. The one that's going to be louder is the one you listen to more often.
Right.
Because his voice is heard. If we're in the room and the kid's talking, the kid doesn't get attention because we're going back and forth, the kid will get quieter or we will get louder. If you allow that, let's call it the little bitch voice, get in your ear and tell you what you're supposed to do with yourself, then at some points he gets louder because you listen. You don't listen to him. He gets more quiet and the beast comes out. It's a good quote I heard the other day from the Bible. It says, so it is written, if you turn away from evil, the devil will flee from you. There's a better way to say that. I'm pretty
I think if you submit to God, when you're submitted, I'm kind of making it my own, but like when you're submitted to God, the devil flees.
No,
is that what you're saying?
It's in the sense of that, but how it came off was more or less the.
You can pull it up on the phone.
Yes, yeah.
If you want
Hyro?
Just put that phrase in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and. So I wanted to share this one because I usually have a verse of the day. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share this one. This one is one of my favorites. Is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So I'll look up the ones that y'all were just talking about.
My favorite verse from the Bible says, "So the Lord spoke and said, 'Who shall I send? Who will go for us?' And I said, 'Here am I, send me.'"
Send me. Have you seen that movie Fury, bro?
No, but I've seen that piece on there.
Oh, bro, you've never seen that movie, bro?
No.
Have you seen that movie?
I'm too busy working.
The one
With Shia LaBeouf.
And Brad Pitt.
Shia LaBeouf, Brad
That's
Pitt.
a great movie.
It looks good.
It's a great movie, bro.
That
if you ever
is
have
a
some
great
downtime,
damn movie.
Check that one out for
Yeah, I know. I heard that one's good.
Fury.
Fury.
It's fantastic.
I think they were in World War II.
It's funny because there's one young guy. He's like he's joining on to the tank, right? He's joining the team, and he's like Shia LaBeouf comes up to him and you're a little girl. Shia LaBeouf goes up to him and he asks him because he's like really like not religious, but he's saved and stuff. He's like telling this young cat that's joining their battalion, I guess you would call it. And he's like, "Are you saved?" And he's like, "Are you saved?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I go to church." He's like, It's not
what
what I asked you.
Yeah.
It's not what I asked you. And then like I don't know if you've seen The Punisher. That guy that plays him, he's like, hey, it's not what he asked you. He's like, you gotta listen.
Yeah, you gotta listen. Yeah.
Bro, man, this movie, bro, you gotta watch that movie, bro. Like if you ever get a chance to order it off Amazon or something like that.
By the way, that guy from The Punisher.
Yeah.
Right.
That podcast that he has.
Oh yeah,
that's
real ones.
He had Shia LaBeouf on there. That was my favorite one.
Real
bro.
ones.
Shia
So
LaBeouf.
he's the real ones. He's the real ones.
Yeah, he's the real ones. He's the real ones guy.
Yeah.
So that scripture that you were looking for, it does say, it's James 4, chapter 4, verse 7. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
That's it right there.
That's it.
That's exactly it.
Oh, I like, because that was a little out of context. This one's chapter 4, James chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. So the one that comes after that, the verse that comes after that is, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's nice, right?
I like that.
I heard that the other day, and I was like,
I'm gonna have to share that.
I had
with the world right
that
now.
whisper.
Yeah.
coming in.
That's lovely, bro. So
And I
on
heard that, and I was like, yeah, gave me the fuel.
So on that note, bro, I'm gonna ask you the turntables part. The turntables, it's gonna be pretty famous. But you're gonna be the first one to answer. First one it's gonna be asked to, and the first one to answer it. So the way I'm gonna phrase it is, can you tell us about a time in your life when you thought you had it all figured out, and life showed up and popped you in the face, and the tables turned on you in a positive way? And how did the outcome affect your character?
All right. So, for the last 10 years, minus the last 2 months, I had welded. I became great. Literally.
Right, yeah, I saw the structures you've
Master
made.
welder.
I've seen the
I was
structures.
able to do it all. I hung steel. I made buildings. I did the little TIG stainless. I did the aluminum. I did everything. Everything you could possibly do to show out.
Right.
That's what it was about. And every time I had a job, I kept it for 3 to 6 months, and I was somewhere else.
Yeah, I remember
thought, man,
that.
I'm so fucking skilled. Why does this keep happening?
Right.
And it just kept happening. But every time I left, I was like, man, God's taking it out of my hand. He's going to put something better back in my... And another $1. Started off at $15 10 years, about 10 years ago. Then it was 11, then it was 12, and I got all the way to $38. I was like, man, every time I leave, I'm getting something else. So this has got to be... But God doesn't give you money. God gives you peace. The devil gives you money, or he gives you the chase. And I didn't see that. So I just kept getting, and I kept losing, and I was working 12, 16 hours. So what's the next going to do besides grab a bag of Coke? So I fell into these bad habits, and I lost myself for a little bit. Well, anyways, got lost there. So as all that was going on, I continued to build what I was going for. It's kind of in the backdrop. And one day, I find my girlfriend of 11 years cheating on me. And takes off with my guns and my money and all my cool stuff. And I'm pretty beaten. And I eat that up a little bit. And as it all happens, I'm kind of taken for that little loop of, man, let's go ahead and drink some beer, do some coke, smoke some weed. And I hear this louder voice tell me, yeah, if you're a bitch, that'd probably be a good idea. If you're ever in any kind of situation and you run to something that makes it feel better, it means you're, in my opinion only, a pussy because you can't handle your emotions. You can't allow that feeling to truly creep in. If I lose somebody, I won't drink for 7 days. That means I'm hiding the way I feel, and I should be embracing the love that I had for that person.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I am hurt like that, I'm not going to do anything for at least 7 days, because whatever I'm doing out of emotion. And I'm a logical creature, not an emotional creature. So I will eat that up. And I did. And turns out, power and stuff went out because some of the bills weren't getting paid when I thought they were. And it got pretty dark, literally, for a little while. And I ate that up. And then I was looking for a job. And normally in about 3 or 4 days, just because of the skill that I have, I'm already working. And it took me 3 weeks without a paycheck to work. And I couldn't find nothing. And I finally bumped into this guy named Perry. Told him about this health insurance and how he sells and how he builds entrepreneurs, and it's all the stuff I had been talking about doing. But now it was a sink or swim opportunity. Either you win here or you die here, because I don't have reserves anymore. And I said, fuck it. Everything on black. And I went in and I got after it with them. And it was immediately easy. And every time I didn't have money and I was broke, Buddy would send me some cash. A real good friend of mine, Justin. If you're listening, Justin, you're my boy. Send me $500. Got my lights on. Gave me enough to eat. Gave me gas to keep going. My boy Zach West, $100 out of his pocket for nothing. And nobody asked me for anything in return. My boy Alex, the same $100. And he continues to host all the fights at his house and feed my kids and my family.
Yeah.
And anybody I'm forgetting, I'm sorry about that. But I had people just watch for me. I was hungry sometimes. And, man, scratch that. I was wondering what I was going to eat. And I would get a message that I just got some money come in from somewhere. When I was welding, every time I had an issue, it was an issue. It was me versus that issue. when I started doing this, if I had an issue, it was me and God versus whatever. Man, he always took the heat for me. I never missed a meal. I never didn't have gas. And this was a month and a half without a single dollar coming my name. I never struggled. Matter of fact, one Good Friday, we dressed up real nice on Fridays. And I was polished up, looking good. Yeah. And my dad got me these pants. My son got me this shirt. My mom got me those shoes. I haven't earned anything yet. And I was dressed really nice. I got out of work. I go out to the shop. My parents own the shop. Hanging out there. My little brother sees me. Big love. Big love. And I needed that because I was still in my own head. Self-motivation is good, but every once in a while, somebody telling you to quit being a bitch is a little bit, it'll work. It works. Mm-hmm. And he gave me a little pep talk. And my dad kind of seconded the motion. And I felt pretty good leaving there. So I said, you know what? I want to have a shot of whiskey. So I'm going to go to my brother's job. Got a little job over here off of Jacksboro. A little bar, I forgot what it's called. Turns out they got $3 shots. So, man, I got $5. Perfect. Go out here, I'm going to have me a shot. And I went, and I was dressed real nice. I had me a shot. And then it was time for me to see my kids. My ex dropped off my kids. Told my mom, I said, hey, man, I'm going to have another game of pool with my brother and then probably another shot, and I'll be over there. She goes, well, here, I'm just going to pick up the kids so you can spend as much time as you want. You've been working really hard. Because she had been seeing me go to work so early and coming home 8 o'clock at night every night. So I was like, man, you know what? All right, cool. So I sat there with $2 in my pocket. No, it was $1 because I gave a $1 tip for the $3 shot. So I had $1 in my pocket, which I used to hit the punching machine. High score. Easy day. And I played pool with my brother. I met some company. Met some new friends. And I had left. Well, before I left, I tried to be a piece of shit Cadillac. She's got some scars like I do, right? Well, my mom was like, hey, I don't want you getting pulled over driving through River Oaks. Just take the Beamer. I said, oh, cool. So I had it parked right there front and center because I was one of the first people there. And I hung out until probably about 10 or 11 o'clock. I was dressed nice. Dressed nicer than I've ever been dressed in a long time. And I was in a nice-ass car. And I ain't had but $1 in my pocket. And when I was walking out and I seen the car and seen how it looked, if you'd have just met me that day, you would have thought I had my shit together. You'd have been like, man, this guy's got it going on. Yeah. It was a fucking lie. It was a facade, but I had never felt so blessed in my life. Mm. I spent time with my mom, way more. And we've had conversations that have gone into 2 o'clock in the morning. Her sitting there next to me studying. She used to work in insurance, just giving me fucking advice. I've hung out with my dad on the front porch for hours talking shit. I've kicked it with my brother without just sitting there trying to get on his ass about what he needs to be doing. Play video games and watch movies and just talk shit like a brother's supposed to. Yeah. I ain't just fucking mentor, I'm his brother. Yeah. And I had my kids there the other day because power was still out. My daughter on one side of me on the couch, my son on the other, my little boy William, my big boy Silas had his head right on top of my head. And we're watching shorts on YouTube. We're doing that for like 4 hours. And we're just laughing and looking at everything. And I was almost sad because I know, without a doubt, that I'm going to be, I'm going to be up again very soon. And I am nervous of when power and everything comes back to the house, because what it was before was all of us in separate rooms on separate devices. Yeah. And we didn't converse until it was time to have dinner, and half the time they want to run back to the room. And I wouldn't allow that. I'd make them sit for 30 minutes, but they were trying to rush. And when we're broke, we're so close. We're so tight-knit. And I don't want to lose that when money comes in. So to make that transition without losing what's good about it, I can bring the good from this and take it to the good from there. Well, that just sounds spoiled now, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. But I'll take it either way. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out how to get there without losing what I'm currently enjoying. This is the brokest I've ever been in my life. I don't know why I'm saying that on a podcast that people are going to be watching, but I have never felt more blessed in my life than I do right now with $0. And the aspect of a man who used to chase money for a living and do nothing else, to have that feeling in itself is a remarkable exchange. It's just completely different to be able to feel like, damn, I was chasing something and it was important. Money's like water or air. Let's say money's like air. You don't really notice it's not there until you don't have any of it. Yeah. Until you're underwater and you can't breathe. Then, man, it'd fucking be nice to have some damn air again. taking it for granted. When you got money and you can swipe the card at Walmart, you're not worried about it. Yeah, probably fine.
Yeah.
The moment you're down there wondering, man, if I got to put these fucking ramens back, I'm gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
Takes away. I just don't want to feel like that, but I don't want to get seduced by money.
Right.
Because it is a seductive little bitch.
Yeah.
She dresses nice.
It can also be a
good.
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just
can
how you
greed.
look at it.
Yeah, so can greed, but too much of anything is bad.
Yeah.
I give you water when you need something to drink right now, it's great, but if I throw you in an ocean, you drown.
Yeah. It's true.
Anything in excess, for the most part, besides love, well, maybe even love, because love can turn into lust pretty quickly.
Yeah.
An excess of anything is almost always evil. Broad but true.
That's
Continue.
pretty good stuff, bro. That's pretty good
Yeah, bro.
stuff. You got me pretty speechless there, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Got me
Yeah.
pretty speechless, and
I hate
I
to
don't,
say that I was trying, but I'm not.
I don't really get, I
What are you
I don't really get speechless like that, but
yeah.
No se callan.
Yeah.
but you,
Good.
bro, you're a remarkable person, bro. I'll give you that much. You
And
trip-
humble as hell, too, right?
You trip me out. You trip
Yeah.
me out, bro. But nah, man, you sound like I told you the other day, bro. You sound fulfilled, bro. You sound happy, bro, and that's good. That's good. It's hard to obtain that kind of. I wouldn't even call it happiness. I would call it more like peace,
Enlightenment and absolution.
right?
Yeah.
Absolution. How would you elaborate on feeling absolute?
Okay, so
Absolution.
let's just say
How would you?
if I had all the money and a beautiful wife and great kids and they were all loyal to me and I had everything in the world that I've ever wanted at my grasp with respect and loyalty of all the men around me, it would be incomplete if I didn't have God.
Right.
Right? Because God's your spiritual fulfillment. If I had myself emotionally in check and I was physically in check, I was working out, I was watching over my well-being, the temple that was provided, the car that I drive every day on the Patamobile, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, if I'm emotionally right, doesn't mean shit if I'm not spiritually correct.
Right.
I've got to have all four filled up. That way when I'm lacking spiritually, everything else is carrying me. If I'm lacking mentally, everything else is carrying me. Every temple leans on every other one. If you see cars leaning against each other and you pull one, it all falls down. You got to have multiple avenues holding you up or else you will fail. If you lean too much on money, when it goes, you're gone. If you lean too much on love, when she cheats, you're done. You've got to have every cup full in order to pour in anybody else's cup.
Right. You gotta have that overflow, bro.
Got to.
Gotta have that.
Something in
overflow.
abundance is easily given away. When you have nothing, it's hard to give anybody anything.
Right.
You know, that brings me back to like when COVID hit. It was just we're all in one. We weren't going anywhere. We're in the house, me, my wife, and my son at the time. It was just my son, and we couldn't do anything. And we were always busy doing something. And then for a while, we were just maybe a couple months, I think it was. We were just in the house, not really going anywhere. And bro, those were some of the best times, bro.
Yep.
You know, actually getting to know my wife better and spending that time with, even if it's just watching a movie or whatever. You know, because I heard around that time people were actually divorcing. The divorce rate went up too, because people were actually getting together and actually, yeah,
Right.
they-
Who they were
They
with.
were learning that they didn't like each
oh
other.
yeah, exactly. That's what tripped me out. I was like hearing about this, like, man. When I was just looking at my wife, well, I'm glad we stuck it out because that was actually happening, you know. And
That's crazy, bro.
but no, that brings me back to that, bro. That was a sweet. It was a sweet moment where we're just.
I gotta say it was almost a blessing
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
thinking
was.
of right now. That's
in
like,
disguise.
in disguise.
It was killing everybody.
That's like God. That's
It
like
really,
fact.
it really depends on who you were, like
Yeah.
what was going on. But
That's
like
true.
for me, it was almost like a needed reset.
It
Right.
was a reset.
For me.
because
Like,
think about it. That's like God applying pressure, and it's just like because I'm hearing you say that like, oh, you know what I mean. Whenever that happened, and we're forced to be in front of each other, around each other all the damn time, and you grew closer. That's like
Right.
God is saying, you know what? I need this family to. Y'all ain't even supposed to have been together in the first damn place. So here's this pandemic. So y'all gonna split up.
I would say
y'all
God
gonna go
gives
closer. Y'all gonna grow
everybody the
closer.
same test.
It's crazy.
God gives everybody the same test.
Different outcomes.
And depending on who you are is what you're going to get out of it.
Right. Different
If
outcomes.
you are
man.
a cheater and all of a sudden you're just stuck around the same woman,
Yeah.
you're going to destroy something.
Damn, dude.
you're gonna,
The
yeah.
rubber
If
meeting
you
the
are-
road.
yeah.
You're gonna see what you're made of.
Yeah, if you're really about it, then now is the time to check your traction. And let's see if you're about, you say I love you, is that true? when it sucks, when it hurts, are you still going to? Which, very different situation for me. She was extremely loyal at the time.
Yeah.
But for me, what I learned is I wanted to be an entrepreneur all my life. I always wanted to be that guy that had it going, looked right, this and that. And
Perfect.
COVID was the perfect opportunity for me to sit there and, what does my schedule look like when I'm living the life I want? Well, I'm up at 6 to go and do jiu-jitsu. And then I'm off after that because I'm going to go drop my kids off at school and give them that 300 pep talk. Get my boy hype. Get my little girl hype. I'm going to drop them off. Then I'm going to get off after that. And, I'm going to go home. I'm going to see my wife. I'm going to check my investments, look at my stocks, look at my rentals and all that good stuff. And then probably slap the old skins, if you know what I mean. Right? For the PG viewers. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to work. I'm going to look for the next house. I'm going to do something. And so it's about time to pick up the kids. I'm going to go and I'm going to grab them and bring them back. We're going to stop, have some ice cream and tell them about their day. And me and my son will go to boxing.
Bro, hold on real quick.
Tell me
because
more.
I just remembered something right now. Because I remember a while back, I'm about to freestyle this question because the way you put this down, bro. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it. What is the perfect day, bro? From the moment that you wake up.
Well, I was halfway there.
My bad. Were you explaining the perfect day?
That's it.
I'm sorry.
That is the perfect day to me right there. Going on like that, right? Take my son, we go box. We get home, we sit down, we break bread, we pray. We do something in the backyard where there's still the football, hit the swing. We get inside, last hour of the day, watch a movie. And then at that point, my kids, they take their showers, they do everything. We pray, we put them to bed. And me and my wife watch a episode of whatever that we're into at the time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Shower, rinse, repeat. And I can do that every single day without fail and not feel like I'm missing anything in life besides Sunday where we go to church.
Right.
I can do that all day. But when COVID came, that was the perfect opportunity for me to be like, hey, now's my chance to live the life that I'm talking about living. Now, I can't go and fight because obviously everything's shut down, but it does not mean I cannot train.
Yeah.
I should train. And I realized in that time that I was talking a lot of shit, not making a lot of movement. I had so much freedom, and I got fat. All this shit I talked about doing, when the time came for me to be able to do it, I didn't do it.
That raises a question. I don't want to take you off the road, but it just raises a question because I know you always were talented when it came to MMA and mixed martial arts, but did you ever try to go professional or anything?
Yep.
Or you had no desire to do that?
Yeah. Well, all I wanted to do, I used to get picked on. I don't know if I knew y'all when I was getting picked on.
No.
I
didn't know. I don't remember that.
I used to get picked on a lot because I was tall and fucking skinny. And one day, my cousin David, shout out David C., came out here and he saw me get smacked by some dude. Right before he picked me up. He used to pick me up every week and bring me to Northside. That's actually where I met y'all. And we would smoke and chill when I was in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And he saw me get smacked like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Little death.
Yeah.
Every time. And we went to Walmart. Like 3 of my cousins went to Walmart. He bought 2 pair of gloves. He's like, hell yeah, they can show me how to box. And they beat the fuck out of me. Time we didn't have cell phones, nothing like that. So I couldn't just call mom and come get me. I had to sit there the rest of the weekend. I had to hang out the rest of the weekend. And they whooped my ass like 2 or 3 times. And Sunday, when it was all said and done, I'm still weeping like a little bitch. And he goes, look, man, you think that guy hits as hard as me? I said, fuck no. He goes, all right, you think he's as fast as me? I said, fuck no. Think he can fight as good as me? I said, fuck no. He goes, then what the fuck are you worried about? It'll never get as bad as it just did, and you survived that. Oh.
Right?
It took me a second, but I got the lesson.
Yeah.
And he goes, when he hits you tomorrow, Monday, whatever the fuck, I don't know how long he wakes. I said, first period in the hall. And he goes, when he comes up to do so, he goes, it's up to you whether you want to eat the hit or not. He goes, but crunch back and hit that motherfucker with everything you got, right in the fucking nose, right in the jaw. Pick a spot in this general direction and give him fucking everything one time. Because the thing is, he thinks you're a bitch. And you were. I said, yeah, I guess I was.
Yeah.
And he goes, so he's not going to expect anything from you. Because that means if you cock back and hit the fucking floor with your fist before you come back up, he'll wait there thinking you're full of shit.
Yeah.
So no, he won't. He goes, I promise you. First period came up. Monday, I'm dressed nice. Got a white shirt on. Didn't expect nothing to happen. Sure enough, here he comes. See him walking up. And this bit of anxiety hits that always does. And then I remembered, I'm going to hit you today for the first time. And I started cheesing like the ugliest bit, ear to fucking ear. And he ain't seen me smile before because he's always brought the opposite feeling out. And he came walking up and goes, "What you so happy about?" And I seen his hand down there. And my eyebrow, fuck, dude, I felt like a kid at Christmas. I cocked back, and he could have smoked a cigarette by the time I fucking hit him. I yelled. I gave every ounce in the chamber that I had to turn his fucking jaw. And the surprise, from here to here, his eyebrows were down, and then right when it touched, his eyes got this big. He had no idea. Even I was shocked. And it ripped right across his face. And I saw the... Just his,
shocked.
His balls went back up into him, and my balls dropped. We exchanged places for a moment, and as soon as I hit him, I said, "Oh, I almost came. It felt so good." So I cocked it back, and I gave another one, and the second one put him on his ass, and I ran over there because I thought, "Fuck, I'm making up for lost time," and I fed it to him until somebody pulled me off, and I told my dad about it. I didn't even get in trouble.
Wow.
I went home, and it was first time you ever kissed a girl or had sex. You walk out of that room fucking grinning. You want to tell everybody.
Right. Yeah.
It was almost that good.
Yeah.
I walked out. I was getting pulled off. The cop was behind me. And I could not shake that fucking smile. You couldn't wipe it off with fucking straight razors. I was cheesing. Like I felt big and I've never, from that day, ever, or will I ever get punked again. I will never feel like less of a man because of dominance from any other man ever, especially in front of my kids. If you try to punk me in front of my kids, I will eat your eyes. Like something horrible is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I killed that little part of me that day, and I realized right then and there, if there's other parts of me that I dislike, I must destroy them and exchange them with better parts. And I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
Been doing it ever since. Anything that I dislike, I call it the mirror test. If I walk up to the mirror and I look, and I'm not proud of what I see, I dissect what it is that I don't like, and I destroy that little piece and exchange it with a better piece. Until the weakest part of me is the strongest part of anyone else. I want my weaknesses to be so small and diluted that people just consider them other strengths.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a pretty badass story. How old were you, or what grade was that?
In 6th grade.
So what happened after that? What was?
Yeah, you didn't get suspended or nothing like that?
Oh yeah, I got suspended. I went to go work at my dad's shop. He bought me ice cream. Very first time after I got suspended. He goes, "What happened?" My dad was fucking great about listening. Half the time I was me being a dumbass. This time I told him what happened. I told him what my cousin David did. He about wanted to whoop David's ass because that's his nephew. I said, no, I needed it. Yeah, it's my cousin. It was my actual cousin.
Okay.
So it was his nephew. And I told him, I said, no. And I told him what had been happening. He goes, "Why don't you say anything?" I said, "What were you going to do?" He goes, "Why would it and this and that?" And I said, "Well, fuck, I'm glad I didn't tell you nothing." He was going to do more violent things than I thought. And I said, "No, see, I'm glad it was me." I said, "Because then I would have needed you to save me every time." And he kind of stopped. And I said, and plus, I said, I never thought that was not going to happen. If it was going to be him, it was going to be somebody else. I never saw a day without that being a realization. And I said, when I fucking hit him, I knew that I would never go back to that thought again. And I told him that. I'm fucking crying, this and that. I'm crying and I'm happy. I look like a crazy person. Giving him all the sauce. And he stops at Brahms because he knows I love a fucking ice cream. And we sit there. We fucking split a fucking banana split. And he lets me just fucking vent for like an hour. One of the best talks we've had. And we'll go to the shop. I expect my ass whooping coming. I'm ready for it. Fuck it, I don't care. It was worth every penny. And it never comes. It never comes. Yeah. We flip a wrench for a little while. Lets me go home, and I spend 2.5 days playing fucking PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot. Love the fucking life.
That was my favorite game growing up.
And then I go back to school, and when I went back to school, I saw him first period as the norm on this very, very different set of occasions. And I walked up to him. And I'm not going to say what I did was right, but I'm going to say what I did because I wasn't always as humble and as kind as I am today.
Yeah.
I walked up, big old shit-eating grin. He looked at me, and I feel bad thinking about it out loud now because he gave me the same face that I've always given him. He looked me in the eyes, his eyes got big, and then he looked down. And I said, "Ooh, I see why you do it now. It feels good. Fuck. Oh, that was like my first smother of lust. It was just, oh, shit. That does feel good. My shit does feel heavy when I do this. And I grabbed his face and put it in the locker. It's all right, man, last one. And I walked off. And then he came up behind me and I said, what? And he goes, can we be cool? I said, yeah. And then that was it.
Wow.
Shouldn't have done the locker thing.
Well, how long was he bullying you for?
This was the end of the school year when I finally nutted up.
So for a whole year?
Yeah.
Against your one?
Microphone, dog.
2.
We're like
2
all
against
sitting
my
away
two.
from
I'm so into the story. Sorry.
Yeah,
about
my
that.
one big ass whooping, and then I threw his face in the locker after that. I didn't get my money's worth. I got pulled off too quick. I remember my cousin showing me how to swing, but I was throwing these ugly ass things because I was finally hitting them, and I was like, man, I should have hit just like he showed me. I would have got blood out of him. Yeah. And I wanted to make up for it, but then as soon as I saw him look like me, I was like, nah, that didn't make me any better than him.
I think your daughter's calling you, bro. Tell her to come in. You can come in. Y'all want to take a break?
We can take a break.
Let's take a break. Yeah, you
let's
check on him, bro. See if like last time.
It's not working.
All right, so look, I got
We're back, by the way.
All right, we're back. We're
Coming
back.
back live.
Guess who's back? All right, so watch. I got this one question. So I'm really curious to hear this one, bro. You know what? I'm gonna ask you first, Edward. What's the best advice anybody has ever given you? That's not even off of mine. I'm just wondering right now. What is the best advice that somebody has given you? And who gave it to you? Yeah. And
Give
who
your
gave it
life
you?
to God, to
Who-
Jesus.
Oh yeah, who said that?
Pastor Sam.
Pastor
Shout out Pastor
bro.
Sam, my first
Pastor Sam. Did you ever go to that church
my
whenever
first
we went
pastor.
there?
No, I don't. He
Once,
never
I
did.
think, on a Saturday.
Wait,
Remember that little room?
Yeah.
He did with us?
Yeah,
No,
bro,
one time.
You'd be surprised all the people that came with us to that church.
Man.
Oh, hi.
Y'all shouted me out, bro. I've been around.
Pastor Sam. Well, yeah, him,
I
bro.
don't see him no
Hanging
more,
like a
though.
tumor, bro.
I mean, he was there whenever my dad passed away. And whenever my dad would pass away, he would come by and check on us and just talk to me, bro. And then he would invite me to church, bro. And then that's when those seeds were getting sown into
Bro,
me, bro.
and then his mom would throw down that big old feast after. Did you eat with us too?
Once. That one time we did the whole 9. Everything about it.
Bro.
Everything about
Yeah,
it.
so
So what was the advice again that he said?
Well, this is whenever I went to his church,
Give your
bro.
life to God.
Yeah, is to repent.
And you did.
I did eventually, yeah.
What's the
Eventually-
best advice you've ever gotten, Ray?
Man, that's a big question.
It is a pretty
It's
big
loaded.
question.
Best advice, man.
It's a hard one,
Bro,
right?
it's a hard one.
Yeah, no. I can't even think of it. I don't even feel like I have the right to
I
ask
don't
it.
even.
It's too late now.
Ugh.
Maybe we can come back to
How about you, EB?
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back to Ray.
So I guess I got more than one way to look at it because it's a broad question.
Yeah, it is.
The best advice that I've ever got that helped me personally, which probably won't help a whole lot of other people, was when I was in my own head and I wasn't quite hitting the marks. I wasn't checking all the boxes. I was falling short, and I kept telling myself, man, one day this and that I'm gonna be somebody and blah blah blah. And somebody hit me with, "You're somebody right now." And it fucked me up. I shedded a tear and everything. And he's like, "You're somebody right now, dude.
Yeah.
You're worth it right now. You're already as good as you want to be right now. Just don't sit there and make it seem like you got to hit a target to be worth something."
So
you
basically, you're good enough.
know? I'm already,
knowing
yeah. Said you're good
You're
enough.
enough.
everybody, you're enough.
Yeah.
You are enough.
You're enough.
And I was like, fuck.
Man, let me share mine real quick, bro. Cause
Get
this
you one.
Because this one blows my mind, bro. Like, straight up. Like, all right. So, like, a couple years ago, I got pulled over. I got a DWI, bro. I got drunk. I got pulled over. Got caught being drunk behind the wheel, right? So, whatever. Long story short, I went to jail. My dad bonded me out. And he was outside, right downtown, right here downtown and stuff. And I got in his car. It's always a brand new, fresh car. And I get in his car. And I'm like, damn. I look at him like, man. I put my head down, you know. And I'm just like, man. I was like, yeah, man. I really screwed up, man. Like, I really did it this time. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was on me. It was just me. It was me, bro. Like, I really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what he said to me? He said, you know what? For the first time, I'll be honest with you, I'm proud of you. So what the fuck? What are you talking about? You just picked me up and bonded me out of jail. What are you talking about? He's like, that's the first time I've ever heard you take accountability for your own actions.
Took the lesson.
There you go.
I was like, the old Harold would have been like, oh, it wasn't my fault, or oh, it was this girl, or it was this, it was this, or it was that. And he's like, this is the first time I ever heard you take responsibility for your own fuck up. And I was like, I guess that always stuck with me, bro. Like you said earlier, like, man, like and my thing has always been, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie Joker. You get what you fucking deserve. It's like, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve, whether it be bad or good. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you reap what you sow.
Yeah, that right there. That's got to be the best advice I've ever gotten. You know what I'm saying? So like right now I'm trying to play out like, I'm getting all these good things happening in my life because I feel like I deserve those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's good.
I like it, bro. What'd you come up with, bud?
I didn't.
Okay. It's all good.
Oh, come on, Ray.
Hey, so I guess before we took a break, you were going on the story about, around COVID time.
That's right.
And I interrupted.
The perfect day, right?
Yeah, I interrupted.
Yeah,
you said you were going on about your perfect day, and you were describing what it was looking like.
Right.
If you can, I guess, pick back up. I know it was kind of.
I remember.
Yeah.
So explain my perfect day and what it would look like if I was living the life that I wanted to live to its completion, and satisfied. Right now, what I realized when I had the opportunity to do so, to work out and train and spend that time with the kids, because instead of them having a teacher, guess who gets to teach them? It's me. And guess who's badass at fucking math? Because I will. It's me. So I didn't do what I said I wanted to do. When it was there, I wanted to smoke weed and sleep in and do all these things that were not on that fucking list. And I wasted a lot of time doing that. And we had a year and fucking change to do it. And I tell myself, man, tomorrow, bitch, you're going to get up, you're going to fucking run, you're going to hit the ground hard, you're going to come home, throw up, and you're just going to get it in and remind yourself you're a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And I told myself that every night, and I got up and did the same thing every morning. And I realized I wasn't disciplined enough. I was motivated because it sounded badass.
Yeah, it does.
But I wasn't disciplined enough to do what was right. And I realized that's why not everybody has this. That's why not everybody goes where they want to be, because it's a good fucking idea. But when rubber meets the road, when it's time to perform, some people stay in bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'm one of those guys. Damn, I'm a little bitch. So I can't even complain about being broke because I think like a broke person. And it wasn't until, man, I got a story real fast. Right.
Go for it, bro.
Okay, so I was at work one day, and it's a job all the way in Dallas. And at the time I was with my girl, but we were fighting fucking bad. And we were on that product, We stayed up one night fucking fighting. Not even nothing cool. Just fucking fighting about stupid shit. And I'm a G, so when it's time to go to work, take a shower, I had to fucking work. And I went out there and knocked it out. Struggled. Hour drive, 12-hour day. Hour drive back, 14 hours out. And I hit. And when I get home, if I just go to bed and don't spend time with my kids, I might as well skip fucking work. And so I was going to give my son his time, play Dragon Ball with him and chase my daughter around and do that shit even though I was a fucking zombie. And it was time for bed, and man, guess what? We fucking did it one more time. And that day was even worse than the first. Fought, holes got in the wall, all the stupid shit. And I said I'm not a bitch. That 4 o'clock alarm went off for me to fucking get over there. Took my shower, got in the car, and I went. About 10 hours in. Fucking hurting. Tank's running low. I'm on fucking fumes. I haven't ate. And, man, I ain't got it. I ain't fucking got it. And I hear my kid's voice. My son, my daughter, my little boy, giving me all the perfect excuses. You want to make sure you make it home. That drive's going to be hard. Go ahead and leave now. And all this, every reason to quit. And they're valid reasons. Safety concerns and shit. And, I guess when I said there's two different voices you hear, that little bitch and that big G, those were the little bitch voices. But they use my kids' voices.
Dang.
And then I heard the big boy voices come in. I heard my son. Big boy, Silas. Fucking dad, come on. Finish it up. Let's go. My little boy right behind him. When did we start quitting, Dad? It hit. And then my daughter, cause what, you tired? So? And I was, it caught me. Fucking tears start pouring down my face. And I thought, holy fuck, I'm going crazy. I've heard 6 voices in my fucking head, and they are now emotionally fucking taking care of me. Fuck. And I realized, I was like, oh fuck, I'm at the bottom. And at the bottom, there's a fucking bad motherfucker right there that is not going to allow me to quit. Oh shit. I am a G. All this bitch no, I'm not a bitch. I'm in the worst possible position with no fucking sleep, hurting, fucking stomach hurt, my eyes are burning, and I'm welding. And I'm going to outproduce everybody. It's going to be better than it's going to look better. And I'm not going to fucking quit at 10. I'm going to fucking push 12. Why the fuck would I quit on half a day? It's only half a day, 12 hours. Might as well knock it the fuck out. And I realized that I was everything I told myself that I was. So backtracking, whenever I realized that I wasn't that during COVID, when my fucking back hit the wall and I lost my wife for a while, my kids, thought I was losing my home, my car, and everything else that seemed like it made a fuck at the time. When that happened, I remembered I'm kind of a fucking badass. And this sucks, but I put this on Facebook the other day. Do not tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is. Right. And I remembered who was driving and who's the one that made the game that I'm playing. And I was like, I'm going to end up winning like I always fucking do. Yeah. And it actually reminds me of, I think it was Solomon in the Bible. He was looking for a ring. Told the guy, he said, can you bring me a ring that will make me happy when I'm sad and make me sad when I'm happy? Which I thought was such a weird request. And this guy goes out, looks for this ring, goes to all these jewelers or whatever they are at the time that make the rings. And he catches them at a feast. Goes over there and says, I found the ring. I found the ring. He goes and gives the ring. And inside the ring, it says, this too shall pass. So that means whenever things are fucking hard and horrible, remember, it's just a bad season. It's a rainy season. It's drought. Right. Whatever it is, it's going to go away. And when it's good, embrace it because it's not going to last. So whatever season you are in, remember, good or bad, it's only going to be temporary. So enjoy the fuck out of it or learn from it. But don't bicker about the small time you have because you only get one go around the carousel. Right. Or it's all over. Right. But yeah, after I hit the wall this last time, I realized it was going to be an easy day to get back out of it because it wasn't the money or finances or friends that get you out. It's that mental capability. And I've already got it. It's fine. I hit the floor. I know I stand up every single time. So it was just temporary. And when I was down there, I got to enjoy it. Who's at the bottom and smiles at the demons? Yeah. The only guy that knows God's going to pull them right out. Yeah. I could cheer with impunity, knowing that I'm not going to be held here. Right. I came to visit. Right. I wanted to smell what it was like, just so I can tell people how bad it is. Right. But I can't say how bad it is if I've never been there. Right. I can't tell you, hey man, don't worry about food if I ain't missed a meal like you have. So in the worst spots, I found tranquility and humbleness, knowing that it's going to be temporary. Right. Why? Not because anybody's going to fucking save me, but because I am always going to save myself. Easy day.
Thank you, kids. Pulled up. Man, yeah, bro. Freaking great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and ask one more final question, bro. Okay. This is for everybody. What's a couple things you want? What do you want your kids to know about you? Like whenever you said that's Will outside, right? How old is he right now?
Huh?
How old is Will right now?
10. 10, Silas 13, Bella 6.
So whenever he's probably in his 20s, you know what I mean, and he goes back like, oh, I remember this podcast that my dad did with his friends. What would you want to? Yeah. What would you want to let them know? Like, you know, like a message that you would want to give to your kids so they could always come back and listen to it and hear your voice and hear what you have to say to them right now.
Know that you are never alone. Know that when things are hard, I will either beat, destroy, or eliminate the situation that's in front of you with every bit that I have, or I will give you the skills to do it when I'm gone. Know that when doubt creeps in and the enemy creeps in, that I'll be behind him. Never let anything tell you you're not good enough. Never feel like you're not strong enough to do anything. Never accept failure as a result. When you fall, get the fuck up. When your brother falls, help him up. When your sister falls, destroy what made her fall. Watch out for each other always. And love your mom.
It's good, bro.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's
That was
beautiful.
great. It was well said.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
That was great, man. That was really great. I don't know if y'all want to roll credits.
Roll the credits.
Man.
I think we're good, man. I think we're done. I think we got everything. You know, making this a bad habit.
It's all good.
There's a podcast going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is so like.
Read the room already.
Hey, I do appreciate
This
the
was
time.
so
I appreciate
great, bro.
y'all having me out here.
No, I appreciate you,
I
bro.
appreciate the love. It's very nice to meet you, my
Yeah,
friend.
It's a privilege having
Yeah,
it.
sir,
Hopefully we
didn't
have.
get to meet earlier, sooner.
Hopefully we have you out here again, bro.
Let
Part
me
two.
know. Let me know. I can ramble all fucking day.
Yeah.
All right.
We need a rambler.
We're
Yeah,
out.
we do.
You know.
We do.
All right, y'all. Roll the credits.
Roll credits. Let's get out of here.